Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. I hope you're all doing okay today and that you're ready for some writing. It's been a while since we had one of these streams. Too long ago, I feel. Like we skipped last month, I think. Yeah, we did. Vacation do be messing things up with the schedule. So yeah. Oh, I started in sync with the music today. Yay! Finally. There's a first time for everything. So yeah, today we are writing. And I need to say that I have not been doing as much progress as I would have wanted to during this time. I would have wanted to write even more during my vacation, but life, you know, inspiration, lack of inspiration, I should say. I was very inspired for like 1 week when I was not at home, not around my computer and able to write, but after that it's just been I mean, I've been writing a little, but not as much as I would have wanted to. Like, my goal, and I do know that this is a very ambitious goal, my goal is sort of to finish the first draft of my vampire story this year. I doubt that will happen. I seriously doubt it. I will say though that I am thinking of, I'm not promising anything, so don't get too excited, but I'm thinking of in November when NaNoWriMo is beginning to maybe kind of sort of participate. I mean, my real life is not really working with that kind of thing. Like I will not be able to write every day, and I doubt I will reach 50,000 words or whatever the goal usually is. But I would like to try and maybe, if possible, do a writing stream every Sunday in November to just participate in NaNoWriMo. So yeah. You're not ready, you don't know what you're supposed to write. Me too, Fia. Same. I have no idea. Like, I have a vague idea of the chapter I'm writing right now, but usually I have planned way better. So this might be the stream it happens when I'm just sitting and staring at my screen, not writing anything. So yeah. You're gonna try to get back to video editing? Yes, please do, Duder. We need more videos on this channel. I have been slacking off with that too. I am working on the next Final Fantasy VII video, but it is taking time. And it doesn't help that every time I sit by my computer, my neck and my shoulders basically dies. So there's that as well. So yeah. What's the word you use? Yeah, exactly, like Fia wrote, NaNoWriMo. It's short for like National November Writing Month, I think, or something like that. And it's basically like this worldwide event where aspiring writers sit down and try to write a novel within a month. The goal usually is like around 50,000 words. So I thought, since I am doing writing streams, I might as well do something with it. But I will not promise anything right now. It's too early, but I'm considering it at least. If possible, I would want to at least have like a writing stream every Sunday during November, just to sort of participate in NaNoWriMo. But we'll see. I need to think a bit more on it. Yeah, as for writing, I am currently on chapter 8 of my vampire story, and that's what I'm gonna write on today. And maybe if I'm being productive, we'll see if I am, or if I just stare at my screen. But if I manage to actually get some words out, I might finish that one today, because I'm thinking, I have a plan. I want it to be a short one. I want it to be just 1 page. So yeah. And if I manage to finish that, then I might move on to chapter 9 as well during this this stream, but we'll see. We'll see how many words I get out, because seriously, I feel my brain is just, writing words? What's that? What do you mean? So yeah, I'm a bit worried that this stream might be the most boring writing stream yet, but at least we have nice music, or you guys do. I can't hear it, but you guys hear this nice calm music at least, so there's that, I guess. It's not just quiet Lolly sitting and staring, it's just Lolly sitting and staring with music. So yeah. And I'm happy that you feel excited, at least, Dudor. Me too. Like, I want to do it because, yeah, but I don't know if my schedule will allow it, but I will keep that thought in mind, at least, for November. It's an idea. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Alright. Is there anything else I need to bring up before we begin? I don't think it is. Does anyone else want to say something, or should we try to start our first sprint? Also, I might add, I'm not currently keeping tabs on how many people are here, if there are any more than I see in chat right now, but if there is, and if you're new to this kind of stream, what we usually do is we start with the intro, talking a lot, and then we move on to the first writing sprint, which is what I'm considering doing now, and it goes on for 25 minutes, and during that time we just write, and then when these 25 minutes have passed, then we talk some more, maybe about what we just have written, maybe about something else. It tends to variate a lot. Usually I want to keep it around writing, but if you have anything else you want to discuss, I am open for it. Like, I'm not gonna be angry with anyone if they want to talk about something else. But if people want to talk about writing, I kind of want to keep it on that topic, since it is a writing stream, but I will not ban anyone for not talking about that. But yeah, and after we have talked some more, then we do a second sprint, also for 25 minutes, and write. Or just stare. That works too. And after that we talk some more, and then we finish. So that's usually how these streams go. That's the structure. So yeah. I realize where I am and are completely lost, don't know how to do this chapter. I feel you on that one. Like, especially like with the chapter I'm on right now, I have a vague idea, and speaking of vague, I kind of want to be a bit vague, because I don't want it to be like clear what type of person I am following right now. I don't want to give out too many details, but at the same time I want to write an interesting chapter around this character. So I can't be like super vague either, because then I can't write anything. So I'm in a bit of a pickle. So yeah. But yeah, should we start the sprint? I realized that I need to move chat as well, because you're kind of in the way of everything right now. There, that's better. Gonna put up the timer on my phone so I'm ready. What are you apologizing for, Dudor? That you're in the way? That's more my fault, actually, because I put you right in the way of everything, so yeah. Alright, let's see. It's been so long, so I have kind of forgotten how to do this. What's the sad face about, Fia? What's going on? What's happening? Alright, we have that one up at least. I'm gonna wait to see. Yeah, don't worry about being in my way. Don't worry, that's my fault entirely. I usually have, like, I can explain that. Usually I have, when I game, I have chat on the left side of everything, because then I see, the things I need to see. But right now, since I am writing, I have some other like stuff that I also I might add. When I'm gaming, I'm not on my I'm not having you guys on my big screen, because there I have the game. So I have you on my laptop that is to the right of me, and then I want the chat on the left side of the screen to be able to read. But when I'm writing, I'm having everything, OBS and all of that, on my main screen. But then you are in the way of, if I have you on my left side, you're in the way of all the things I need to push or press. Yeah, all the things I need to manage, basically. So yeah, now you're on my right side. Oh great, you have a fly in your apartment and all cats are in hunter mode. Lovely. Perfect for inspiration. My cat is currently sleeping. He's not even aware that I'm streaming. He's not even in the room. What a mascot he is, really. Just abandoning me when I need him. But yeah, I think we should start. How do you feel, Fia? I know that you want to write at least, so I'm asking you directly. I mean, if anyone else wants to say something, that's also fine. But yeah, are we feeling ready to start writing? Or at least try to write. You're ready? Perfect, perfect, okay. Good luck everyone and have fun. I'm starting the timer now. first sprint is done. Good job, everyone. I hope it went well for you. I didn't stare at my screen the whole time at least, but I definitely needed to push, especially during the first chapter. I have moved on from chapter 8 now to chapter 9, so I managed to finish chapter 8, which I'm very happy about. It was difficult, it was very difficult, because of the perspective and also like trying to keep the identity of the character secret and all that, so yeah, definitely difficult. And also this character is in like a different in like multiple different timelines, and I needed to like figure out where I'm at, what has happened to the character before, what have been said, and like, yeah, very difficult to figure out. And not a lot of it went into the chapter even. Like, I don't think that from the chapter that you can really figure out anything about this character, but still, me as a writer needed to know what the heck was going on and why, and yeah, I needed the background information, and I needed to like think of that on the spot because I haven't written any of those things yet, so I'm like, yeah, very, very difficult, very difficult. But I'm sort of kind of happy with the result. I mean, I will definitely go back and edit it, like especially like when I write during these streams, it's probably the worst of my writing ever because I try to like really push myself to write in order to not have a complete super boring, super quiet stream. Like I try very hard so that I can like be productive. But that productiveness isn't always good writing. I mean, I wouldn't consider it very good writing, so I definitely need to go back and edit, and especially like for this chapter that I want to be a bit special from the others, I need to go back and edit, but that's a different phase. This is a first draft and I'm not editing at all. This is just raw text, just getting the text on paper basically. But yeah, I moved on to chapter 9 now, and it goes a little bit easier. I wouldn't say it's easy because I still haven't really figured out what's gonna happen, but yeah, there we are at least. The troubles of being a pantser. Like, I wish I could be a plotter. I really wish, because I feel like it would make my life 100 times easier, but I'm just not working like that. I kind of need something to explore, like even when I do plot, because I do sometimes like try to structure my writing, but yeah, still, even when I do that, I tend to like, oh, but what if that happened? Just when I write, like my characters go and like, nope, we're not following this plot. No way, we're doing this instead. And then I'm like, oh, but how do I fix this? So it's, yeah, my writing is very chaotic. That's why it takes so long and why I never finish anything. Trying to fix that. Let's see. Managed to make some improvements on this chapter, I think. That's good, Fia. That's very good. Improvements, we do like improvements. Like I said, I'm gonna improve on this so much later on, but right now I just want it on paper, really. I finally got inspiration for an intro after 18 minutes or so. Okay, yeah, that's also good. We're being productive here, that's very good. That's the purpose of this stream. Like, even if you're not writing, it is still like, well, a cozy work with our projects kind of stream. So yeah, very good, very good. Even if something is bad, you at least try and learn something. I'm not sure if I learned anything, but yeah, I have text on the paper, and text you can work with. A blank page, not so much. So yeah, better to just write and then edit later and just get something down. Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of my motto when I'm writing, really, or I try to let it be my motto at least. I want to I know that like if you have some text, it's easier to like rewrite and fix that and work around that than just a blank page and like having to fill it. Like I don't know, like editing seems in a way easier. It depends on how much you have to edit, because like if you have to edit a lot and there are a lot of like inconsistencies and stuff, because that has happened to me too. Like I have written so much. That is kind of what my fantasy trilogy is going through right now. I feel like the story has changed so much since I wrote the first draft that I need to rewrite everything, because I can't edit my way out of it. I need to like have a new draft to work with. But most of the times having something to edit is easier than trying to come up with just something to write, really. So yeah, I am looking forward to get to the editing phase, but we're not there yet. I'm only on chapter 9, so it's going to take a while. And as I said, it's my goal to be finished with the first draft this year, but considering the pace I'm having right now, and considering my vacation is over by tomorrow, I doubt that I will be able to make it. Like, yeah, no, I think that's a very ambitious goal, but might as well try, at least. I mean, there's no... I was thinking in Swedish, but I couldn't translate it properly, so now my brain is just brain farting completely. Never mind. I lost track, so if I can get this chapter done, I can finally move on to stuff that is actually kind of new. Yeah, that's great. That's great. Or is new good, or is new scary? Like for me, new is kind of scary. At least when I haven't planned what is going to happen. Like I hate finishing a chapter, like now, for example, like finishing a chapter and then be like, well, now what? It is really disheartening sometimes. Like it's exciting because you get to do something new, but it's very scary because like, where the heck do I go from here? Like, what am I doing? What am I supposed to write? What is words? So yeah, yeah, and you agree with that, Fia? Yeah. So yeah, writing. It's we love to hate it here. At least I do. Like, I do find it's this meme that I've seen on Instagram and other places a lot. Like, it's important for a writer to start running, like as a hobby, because you need to have a hobby that you hate more than writing. And it's so true, because I love writing. I feel most like alive when I'm writing, but at the same time I hate it because it's such a freaking struggle and I don't understand it. Like, I guess all creative people feel that way about their creativeness. Like, I know my mom, she's painting a lot, and she has done a lot of other things too, but mostly she's like painting, and she can show me like a painting that she has done, and it's like, let me tell you, my mom is so talented. She is awesome. She is so creative, so talented. And she can show me a painting and just be like, no, I hate it. I think I'm gonna trash it. Like, what? Are you serious? Do you see the same painting I see? So, like, I feel like all creative people struggle with their creativeness because, yeah, we tend to be very hard on ourselves. But writing is very difficult because, especially when you like try to write a novel like I am, or like even multiple novels, because it's such a long project too. You stick with it for so long. I mean, depending on how fast you write, it can be months or like even years, and by then you are like bound to start hating it a bit. And also, like, if you're not plotting and are a pantser, yeah, you will struggle, definitely. It's part of the process, but it's painful. It's very painful. Right now I kind of know what my characters are up to and what they're doing, but the future is scary. What if they start rebelling? Yeah, I hate when characters do that. Like, just stay in your lane. Like, I have a plan for you. Can you stop making your own plans? And it's kind of strange to talk about that with like non-writers, because I feel like they are just looking at you and be like, but you're the writer, why is this a problem? Like, just write what you want to happen. But it doesn't work like that, because the characters literally just live their own life in their head, in my head, and then just, nope, I'm not gonna do what you say, I'm gonna go this way instead, and make all kinds of plot holes while doing it. Like, okay, perfect, thank you. Yeah, I do think that most writers are a bit insane, me included. So yeah, hi, I'm crazy. You are your own biggest critic. Honestly, it's better than the opposite though, that is being bad and overconfident. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess. Like, if you're bad, you won't get anywhere, but at the same time, being overconfident, can you imagine how nice that would be? Like, just being confident in yourself and be proud of your work. Imagine that. Like, I could never. I hate everything I do all the time. I'm so hard on myself, like, with everything. It is ridiculous. Like, I probably should get help for it. I don't know, but like, some days I just hate myself so much. Like, I just want to crawl into a hole and like die. It's insane, the self-hatred that I feel sometimes, and especially with my like creative work. I'm like, no, this isn't good enough. I can never compare to anyone. This is terrible. Who do I think I am? Yeah, so. Me going down that dark path, now I'm gonna go and pick flowers instead. Yeah, exactly. That's what the characters do. Like, I have a plan for them to do something, and then you just, whatever. I'm gonna do this instead. And then the whole plan just goes to absolute shit, because yeah, you had a plan, and well, that plan is gone because the character decided to just not cooperate. It's strange how it works. It's really strange. I mean, it sounds so easy to just be a plotter, just plan everything out and then just write it, right? But no, it doesn't work like that. Not for me, at least. I wish it did, because it would make my life a lot easier, but it doesn't. Like, I have tried to do it sometimes with like shorter stories that have been like just a few chapters, and even then it's been a struggle to keep according to plan. Like, a huge struggle. Still planning on sending you and the other stuff whenever I get chapter 15. Yeah, I look forward to it. I definitely want to read it. Still on chapter 12, so it will be a while. I see. But I'm looking forward to it whenever the day comes. So yeah, will be interesting. And now it's been so long since I read your stuff, so I kind of probably have to read it all from the beginning either way. So yeah, writing. Why do we do this to ourselves? But then again, I get so inspired by authors that actually like make it, that can do, that actually publish books, and especially if they can like live from their books as well. It's so inspiring to see. I was on Gotland a little short while ago with my mom on vacation. During the like medieval week, and I actually met an author there. I recognized the book cover because I follow the publishing house on Instagram. So I actually like went there and talked a bit to him and bought the book, got it signed, very nice. And like, I just got filled with so much inspiration. Like, look at this dude, he's just standing here in this place and selling his book and just living his best life. Like, I want that so bad. Like, it has been a dream since I was little to just be an author. So yeah, I would love to do that. Like, and I still remember like the pride I felt when I finished my first novel. It's not published. Like, I finished it when I was like, I don't know, I think I was like 13, and it wasn't good. It really wasn't good. But I was so proud because I had finished it. And the same thing with like when I finished the first book in my trilogy. Also, this immense pride of just finishing something and that I could call mine, and I actually made it through a whole story from start to finish. Then again, I need to rewrite that because it's not good. But but still, I have a huge respect for anyone who writes, really, and especially anyone who writes and actually publish their stories somewhere. Like huge respect, because one, the work that is put into it, like just writing a first draft is an immense amount of work, and then actually getting good enough for publishing, huge amount of work. So yeah, props. And also like the guts, the courage to put yourself out there and let someone else read it. Like I'm sending my story to Dudor because I kind of want encouragement when I'm writing, and also I want a test reader early on to see like if stuff works, and if it doesn't I can change it early before it's too late, basically. And that is super scary, like it's terrifying. And for anyone who doesn't write, I don't think they can understand how scary that is, but it's so personal and so terrifying. So to actually publish something and let everyone that wants to read it, like, wow, just wow. I get so inspired by those people. Like they are awesome, they're amazing. And I just tend to like look at my books in my bookshelf and be like, wow, someone has actually written this. Someone has been through the same process that I am through right now, and they made it. Like, it's so cool. It's really cool. Yeah. I believe you get there eventually. You're a great writer. Thank you, Dudor. Thank you. That's very kind of you. I kind of disagree, but thank you. Anyway, I think maybe before we start with the second sprint, I do feel like I maybe should do a stretchy break to not stiffen up too much. So yeah, let's do that. Let's stretch for a bit, and then we'll see each other soon again. So don't go anywhere. I'll be back soon. See you. Alright, I am back. I hope everyone else is back too. That you had a good stretch if you needed one. I felt that was definitely needed in my case, because like I always want to stretch when I'm streaming, because it's needed. It's very much needed. But I also feel like, especially when I'm writing, I don't sit as comfortably as when I'm gaming, because then I sit with my shoulders relaxed and I have like the controller in my knee, whereas now I need to sit with my arms stretched forward in order to write. I mean, I'm not sitting like super uncomfortably, like I'm sitting sort of okay, like it's not too bad. That sounded a lot worse than it is, but I definitely need more of a break when I'm writing, is what I'm trying to say. Alright, so are we starting to feel ready for the second sprint? I'm telling you, you need an ergonomic desk and chair. Well, the chair is ergonomic. I bought it because it is. It said in the description that it is ergonomic, so it's just my desk that isn't like perfect, but it's not bad. Like, I think it's sort of fine. It could be a lot worse, and I'm not sitting like poorly when I'm writing either. It's just the fact that sitting like that is not well, it's not how I naturally sit. And I think that's, even if I sit in an ergonomic way, that would still be true. Like, you need breaks. And like, even like when I sit in an ergonomic way, like at work, I think I sit sort of ergonomic at least. I'm hurting a lot more than when I'm like sitting like a potato on my couch. Because that's what my body is used to. My body is used to sitting poorly. So that's when I feel most comfortable and I won't get hurt. So, yeah. Time to nail the last part of the chapter? Yeah, perfect. You cheated and started editing instead of stretching. Dude, or stretching is necessary. And yes, bad ergonomics is good for you. No, I don't know. Like, it's interesting. Now I'm going on a tangent here. This is nothing to this got nothing to do with writing. But at work, we had this like physiotherapist. What's it called in English? I was about to say it in Sweden, but like this guy who's good with ergonomics, basically. It's his profession. He's an expert. He came to our workplace to like have a sermon and or basically a class to teach us about good ergonomics, and he showed like a picture of a teenager like sitting like, well, I don't know if you can see, like okay, this is the best I can do. Like, I'm sitting very poorly right now. But yeah, sitting like a freaking vulture basically with a neck, and was asking like and someone was sitting very proper, prim and proper, and he said, I don't really remember everything about that, but he like asked us, who do you think has the most pain? And we all said, yeah, the nerd pose, exactly. And everyone was like, yeah, but obviously the teenager is sitting like a freaking vulture. And he said that it could be true, but it's not necessarily so. Because if your body is used to something, then you might not feel as much pain. Like, you need to find, as long as you are feeling comfortable, you're sitting correctly, there's no need to like sit prim and proper if that's not what you feel comfortable with. The important part is to sit comfortable for you. And everyone's body is different. Everyone is different. Like, yes, of course, you don't want to break your body, but like, you should feel comfortable. And the most important thing is variety. Hence, stretching. Hi Dave, welcome. So like, stretching is important because that gives you variety, because you stand up and do something else and then you come back and maybe you sit in another pose, maybe you sit in the same pose, but like variety is the most important part. And that's what I feel, because if I don't have variety when I'm sitting, that's when I start hurting a lot. I need to do different things. Like, I can even get... I told my friends this the other day, like, I was starting to feel pain in my like neck and shoulder area, and what I had done that day was laying in my bed reading. Like, who gets hurt from laying in their bed? Really? But I do, because if I do it for too long, then yes, I get hurt. If I wouldn't gotten up and done something else and like had more variety during the day, then it would have been fine. Mostly. Like, my body is kind of well, my body is kind of broken either way, so I hurt a lot sometimes for absolutely no reason at all, but that's beside the point. Variety is the most important part, and like, yeah, of course you can sit like in an ergonomic way if you want to, and that's great, but you don't have to if you like use variety. That's the most important part. And you need to be comfortable with the way you're sitting. If you feel comfortable, then it's fine. If it feels like you're like hurting somewhere from your way of sitting, well, then change it. But I think that we are kind of forcing ourselves to be in the correct the correct way, because we've been told that this is good for us or this is bad, and buy this all like expensive chairs and desks and all of that just to be ergonomic, but I don't think it's necessary. Variety is the key word here. So yeah. And when I'm writing, well, there's not that much variety, because I can only sit one way when I'm writing, because otherwise I can't write. So that's probably why I hurt more when I write. Whereas when I'm gaming, I can like, yeah, my controller is where it is, but I can shift around like body-wise. Standing desk is super worth it, speaking of moving around. Yeah, standing desks are awesome. I might get one in the future, but like I don't feel like that's a huge priority for me, because to be honest, I don't sit that much by my desk. Like when I write, when I'm not streaming, I sit with my laptop in my knee on a pillow to like heighten it a bit, but like, yeah, I'm not even sitting by my desk, because I don't want to sit by my desk, because it feels like work and it's uncomfortable, and I don't want to feel like I'm working. I don't want to feel uncomfortable. Like, it's fine when I'm streaming, because that's a whole different kind of setting, but just sit by my computer to write, like, no, I don't want to. Or by my desk to write, I mean. I want to sit in my couch, because that's when I feel comfortable. So I feel like buying a standing desk, yeah, well, I could, but it's a lot of money for something I might not use that much. And also it takes up a lot more space than my desk, and I don't have that much space, so yeah. When I'm bored gaming at my friend's place, I spend about half of the time standing up. Yeah, that's great. That's great. But as I said, variety is the key to everything. But yeah, I feel like we have gone on a tangent for too long, and half of it has not even been about writing at all. So what do you say? Fia was ready a while ago for the second sprint. How are we feeling? Are we ready to write some more? I am starting to feel quite ready myself, although I still don't really know what to write. That's the problem here, but I can improvise. Yeah, you already started, that's great. You're not writing though, so I'm not really asking you. I'm kidding. But yeah, let's start the second sprint. Fire speed, yeah. Alright. Putting the text up, and well, I'm gonna start the timer, so good luck everyone and have fun! Alright. We have finished the second sprint. Let's turn off that. And hello, Enigmatic Soul, welcome! Welcome to the stream! I hope you will like it here. We are not gonna go for that much longer though, since we have just finished our second writing sprint. So this is kind of the final act, so to speak, but you are welcome to stay here as long as we keep going at least, if you want to. How did it go? It went quite well. I did tell you that I was kind of worried before the stream because I felt like I didn't have like any plan, but now I managed to sort of get a plan during writing. That's the fun part of being a pantser. You can actually just bullshit your way through most of things, or bullshit. I do think that what I came up with is actually kind of good, so yeah, I'm quite happy. Oh, you finished chapter 12, yeah, that's great, progress. Oh yeah, I can dig it, yeah, perfect. So yeah, I'm gonna check my word count real quick because I am a bit curious about that. Let's see, I didn't count during the last sprint, so I will count. This is what I have written like throughout the whole stream. 1,178 words. That's quite alright, I would say, especially since I didn't have a good plan. So yeah. Can you explain that word? I get what a plotter is, and I assume that's the opposite. Yeah, I don't really know where it comes from, but it's called a pantser. And basically what that means is that you aren't plotting anything before. Like, plotters tend to like plan everything in detail from the beginning to end before they even start writing anything, whereas pantsers, they discover as they write. I would say I might be like a bit of a mix, because I do have like some plot points planned out already. Like, I have a beginning, I have sort of an ending, and like I have some scenes that I know I want to be included, and also like some idea of where I want them. But everything like in between those parts are just me discovering as I write. So that is what that means. It's a more chaotic way of writing, but it's what works for me because it makes it much more enjoyable. It's almost like going on an adventure with my characters and just seeing everything for the first time as they see it. But it also makes it a lot more difficult because it's a lot easier to stumble upon plot holes and inconsistencies and stuff like that. So yeah. One reason George Martin is having such problems with Game of Thrones is because he doesn't plot a word. Oh, well, that would explain a lot, and also that makes it even more impressive what they have done with a Game of Thrones. Like, I haven't read the books, but I've seen the show, and yeah, I can imagine the struggle, like especially like that many characters and like histories and stuff like that. Yeah, impressive work indeed, but yeah. Decor Mirigoji, welcome to the stream. I hope you will enjoy your time here. We are not gonna go for that much longer. I am about to sort of finish. We are gonna talk for a little bit more, but yeah, just a heads up. But feel welcome to stay here in the meantime, and I hope you will enjoy it. That surprises me. Yeah, me too. I would have guessed he was a plotter, considering like the structure of a Game of Thrones. And like I said, with all the characters and backstories and lore and histories and all of that. Wow, that's really really impressive. But I can imagine that might be why it takes a lot of time as well to finish it, because yeah, as I said, it makes it a lot harder and easier to stumble upon plot holes and stuff like that. It's what I have been struggling with the most, especially like with my fantasy trilogy that I have been writing. Lots of plot holes. Like I can think of something cool like in a moment that makes sense, sort of, but then when I like try to think of it outside of that moment and I need to like make it work, then I just, oh wait, but this screws up that, and that makes that point doesn't work, and yeah, it's a lot of work. So yeah, but when it works, it's very fun to be a pantser, because yeah, I like now I have I wasn't planning this chapter. Like I had a vague idea of how I wanted it to end, and I'm starting to get closer to that point. But before that, I had no clue. So I just on the spot like figured out like, okay, they are in a cave and they are resting because it's night now. And okay, what are they doing more than resting in the cave? And kind of went going from there. So they have had like a kind of heartfelt moment and talking with each other and getting to know a little bit more about each other. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that part. Obviously I'm gonna have to go back and edit it because the writing is atrocious, but yeah, editing is for a different phase. So I've gotten quite far with the video. It's quite straightforward this time for once. Okay, yeah, that's very good. I'm looking forward to see it. Is that when you call me? Yeah, that's when I call you, like when I get completely stuck and don't know how to solve problems. Like, I mean, sometimes it doesn't work because sometimes it's stuff that I don't want you to know either, Dudor. So, and that makes it even more complicated, but yeah. But there are like pros and cons of both writing ways. I think maybe like being more of a mix is the ideal, probably. I mean, it depends. Like if you are a plotter, maybe you don't enjoy to just explore and experience it for the first time with your characters. Like I can imagine you are more of a structured kind of person. Me as a person, like I am quite structured in some parts of my life. Like I do enjoy making schedules and stuff, and yeah, in that way I'm quite structured. I do want to make plans and stuff like that. Like if we are meeting up, me and my friends, I do tend to like plan stuff ahead for us to do and stuff like that. But in other ways, I am so not structured. I am so chaotic. So yeah, I guess me as a whole is a bit of a mix of a plotter and a pantser in my real life as well. But yeah. Let's see. Gotta see where I ended up here. Yeah. So I still have a bit more of chapter 9 that I started. I'm very happy that I managed to finish chapter 8 also during this stream, because that one was giving me a lot of headaches, just because it was so different from the rest of the chapters, and I'm still not sure if it's good or if I will have to rewrite it completely, but it's there now to be edited. But I am happy with chapter 9. It got a lot better than I thought it would, and that's why I like these streams so much. Like, I get to be more productive because I feel the pressure of you guys watching me and like cheering me on. I don't want to disappoint and just sit this for the whole thing. Like I want to at least have the sound of my keyboard and like be able to tell you about my progress after the sprints are done. I feel the pressure and the support as well. Not only pressure, but support. So yeah, you should do more of them then. Yeah, well, here's the thing. I don't have infinite amount of time. If I did, I would, but like, I feel like my gaming streams takes up a lot of time as well, and it's not like I'm not writing when I'm not streaming, so I do write when I'm not streaming as well, just not as much as when I'm streaming. Because I do tend to get in more of a flow when I'm streaming, because I sit for a longer time and like force myself. So yeah. Also sneaky showing off your new fancy rings. Yeah, I'm not sure how much you could see of them. Hang on. And that one is all there. Like the image is not super clear with this camera, so but yeah, I got new rings. But I would want to do more writing streams eventually, maybe, but at the same time, since my stream structure is like I'm having 2 games going on at the same time, I feel like that is my main content and writing is like my side content, so I don't want the writing stuff to take over too much. And I feel like once a month is enough right now. If I ever get like a different schedule where I can stream more, then I would definitely add more writing streams into the mix. But as of right now, I don't really want to, like, because I usually have the writing streams on Sundays, and I don't want to stream every Sunday because of how my schedule is, and I need like the Sundays to rest up before going to work and stuff. So yeah, it is a struggle to make the streaming schedule sometimes. It really is. But for November at least, I think I might actually do just every Sunday that month a writing stream because of NaNoWriMo. So yeah. Jackson Keller, hello, welcome. Writing VTubers and InstaClick, the YouTube algorithm really do know what I'm about. What's the project you're working on? Yeah, and thank you for joining us. And that is InstaClick. Wow, that's awesome to hear. My project right now is a vampire novel, really. I mean, I am a vampire myself, so it figures, right? It's the first part of a duology, I imagine. I don't think there's going to be more than 2, so the plan is a duology at least. And yeah, it's well, to explain it in short, it's like vampires with elves and a little bit of the Hunger Games mixed in, and also some romance and stuff. So yeah. I'm currently writing my first draft, and I am on chapter 9, so I'm really only in the beginning of the story. It's gonna be a long project, but these writing streams do help me get done faster, definitely. I really do wish that I could do them more often, but at the same time life doesn't really allow it, and I also want to have my gaming streams as well. But yeah, I don't look forward to the next writing stream, no idea which point of view I want to keep going with. Well, since we're not doing them too often, you have plenty of time to think about it, Fia. So don't worry, just keep thinking, and you will probably figure it out eventually. But I do know the struggle with multiple points of view, like, who do I want to have speaking right now? I spend this time thinking of RP plots. Yeah, that's perfect. Like, I find it really cool that these writing streams does not only help with like writing, but that you guys also do other creative projects at the same time. Like, it's really cool. Like, I do enjoy having this sort of workshop streams. It's really cool, and I enjoy it, and I enjoy that we can like help each other out like this to be more creative. It's really cool. Hey, gotta write what you know. That sounds exciting though. I'm similar in the beginning of a new project and just started a new job, so I feel the struggle. Yeah, I mean, work. Why do we have to work? I'm currently on my last day of vacation today. I'm gonna go back to work again tomorrow, and I really don't want to. I'm dreading it so much. Like if otherwise I would probably be a lot more creative because I wouldn't be tired all the time and like feel stressed to do all the hobbies when I am off work. So yeah, really not looking forward to that. I had to rewrite my entire first book because I realized it needed a second point of view. I feel you on that. Like right now, I'm currently focusing on my vampire story because it is a bit simpler in structure so far. At least I tend to complicate things a lot as I go. But right now, it's simpler in structure, and it's also going to be only 2 books. So I feel like it's going to go faster than my other project that I have been writing on for years, which is a fantasy trilogy. And I realized quite recently that I need to rewrite the whole first book that I was finished with. But just because of how much the plot has changed and also how much my style has changed as a writer, I just feel that I'm not happy with it at all. And just editing isn't enough. I need to rewrite it. And so yeah, I do feel the pain there. It's a bit daunting, but I do think that it will be better though, so I'm kind of excited to get to that eventually as well. But right now that story is just resting, and I guess a plant or not a plant, a seed is planted in my head. So it will keep growing there until I'm ready to write it. But for now, vampires all the way. Maybe if I like feel like I'm in a mood to just write something and not really want to write on my vampire story, I might write some of that story. But otherwise, it's just gonna be in my head for a while to grow. Yeah, exactly. Sometimes it just needs time to cook. Exactly. That's very well put. Couldn't have said it better myself. So, yeah. But it's still getting to be quite late, so I think it is about time to wrap this up. Yeah, it was quite noticeable how much you have improved from the time you wrote that first part of the new stuff you're producing. Yeah, I know. It's a huge difference. So yeah, I really do need to rewrite it. But yeah, so the plan for next week is going to be we are streaming a Requiem for Innocence tomorrow at 16:15 GMT +2, and then we'll do Final Fantasy VII at Thursday 16:15 GMT +2 also. And I'm going to put up my schedule today as usual on the community tab and also on my Instagram if you follow me there. So you don't need to remember these times. You can just go and check there and it will be clear. You just keep adding point of views. Actually remove one today, though, so proud of myself. I know the feeling. I do that too. Like, I need more point of views. I love having multiple points of views, but at the same time, how many are too many, you know? And yeah, thank you, Jackson Keller. That's very kind of you. And I do hope that you will tune in again. It was really nice talking to you. Really nice to meet new people during streaming. I really enjoy that a lot. It's one really cool part about streaming. You can meet people you would never meet otherwise. But yeah, I am going to go rest now because I am melting, because as I have said multiple times, I do not have a fan in my room. I need to move locations to the living room so I can get some cool air blowing my way. And yeah, meet people, exactly. Anyway, thank you so much everyone for hanging with me today. It's been a lot of fun and it's been great to do a writing stream again. Really great. So, have a lovely day everyone, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!